Okay, mute lang natin to para hindi nag-echo. Alright, good. So we're on the live market review now. Welcome back again, everyone. So after that long weekend, I hope you did enjoy that long weekend. And let's go and check now ano yung magiging movement or possible movement ni market no after that very very interesting NFP news you given na kahit Good Friday, no? So the dollar was quite strong towards the end of the week last week. So let's see how things could progress. Given that we are on the second week of April, right? And we still have some high impact news to look forward to. Most especially when on Wednesday, no, during CPI, when CPI numbers are released, then followed by Thursday naman you have some several things to watch out for there, especially for the guys who are also checking the pound, where we would expect Governor Bailey to speak on that day. Then towards the end of the week, we will have core retail sales or retail sales number. Tapos meron ka pang what you call this consumer sentiment numbers to be released regarding or relating to the dollar, right? So yun yung mga nilulook forward natin this second week of April, right? So anyway, if you want to see or an update, or you want to update yourself of those things, materials that you can easily look up for will be Forex Factory for those high impact news, for those high impact news, and at the same time you can go and visit your broker's analytics page, no? Meron yan, depende sa brokerage nyo, but for the guys who are or for the guys who have Light Finance account, yung analytics page, makikita nyo yan sa left-hand portion ng panel. Then just click on it. You can click on the calendar, then filter the high impact and mid impact news. Yan. Yun yung pinakamabilis nun. Or any other news materials that you can find out there or use as reference. No, ang dami naman dyan online. Just please make sure na not to overwhelm yourself with disinformation. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Minsan kasi yung trade decisions natin are basically based on those news, not checking what the actual market is doing, right? So whatever you're expecting as far as high impact news is concerned, please go back to your chart and understand if the market is really moving in that direction. So yun yung actually na ginagawa natin every week, no? During this live market review. So tinitingnan natin how things could progress depending dun sa mga high impact news na nina-expect natin for the week, relevant to what the technical analysis gives us. Okay, so let's go to the chart now. I think I have spoken enough about fundamentals, so let me just go and show you the chart now, and let's go and jump in. All right, so as always, every Monday we'd love to see or have a fresh look, no, about the chart. So looking at this one, I always look into the first, or the first thing I want to look at will be ano yung movement in market, at least for the last 3 months, right? That's the bigger picture for me, okay? But of course, before I dig deeper here on these details, I would like to remind everyone that everything that we'll be talking about in this session are purely for your education, all right? And if ever you'll be following a certain trade here, okay, please apply trader's discretion. And as always, no, reminding that Forex trading is highly risky if you are not properly educated about it, okay? And please make sure that, again, for every decision that you make, you apply your discretion. No one should force you to make those trades as well, right? Without you understanding how things work, okay? So yun lang naman. All right, so from here, jumping off and identifying major levels for us here. So ibig sabihin, at least for the last 3 months, we are considering 65.72 or 0.6572 as our floor level, right? So anong ibig sabihin yan? At least for this period of time, oops, sandali. Okay, to make it, all right, for this period of time, the price have not gone lower, much lower than this one. So mapapansin nyo, at least if you go back further than 3 months, no? Ito yan. Okay, so at least for the last 3 months, ito yung pinaka-low natin. So ibig sabihin, as obvious as it can be, right? This one right here will be our peak naman, right? Or kung ang tawagin natin or ang tawag natin dyan is resistance. So, the one here will be your floor, the one here will be your resistance. Okay? So, yan yung ating major levels. So, ibig sabihin, if the price is likely to move upwards, that's the highest level that we can expect for it to go. And at least for this given time, ito naman yung lowest na nakikita natin that the price can push. Okay? Now, that's the long term. Now, I would like to focus on the current na. Okay? The current month, and considering that we're just in on our second week, right? So, ito pa lang yung information na meron tayo. And let's see how this would be helpful for our trading decisions this week. Right, so as far as AUD/USD is concerned, I'm seeing this zone right here being tested. Okay, so tingnan natin yan ha. So itong zone na to is some sort of like a short-term support or resistance. Ano ibig sabihin nun? At least from last month, ito yung pinaka-lowest na. Tapos umakit siya, it failed to break that high. Okay, then eventually, at the beginning of the month, it tried to, but eventually it went back. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? This level right here, at least for me, no, it is becoming significant for AUD/USD. So, ibig sabihin, I would love to see more buyers pushing that price right there higher. So, I could expect for this for this to go as high as this one. Okay, so ibig sabihin magkakaroon ng resistance dyan. As literal as it can be, may resistance, no? May nagre-resist. Sino ba yun? Siyempre, yung mga sellers, they don't want the price to go much higher, so they're trying to push the price much lower. So, by supply and demand, if you are seeing more sellers in the market, so the price is likely to push lower. In this case, they were present on that first week, okay? And let's see how things would be this week, as I would expect for this price to go in that direction. So generally, the bias right now is for a bullish run here. Pero of course, sabi nga natin, no, that can easily change as the market moves towards this week. Okay, so for some, or if you are familiar with chart patterns, pwede kasing maging head and shoulder pattern ito, which could mean differently. Price is likely to move in that direction as well. Okay, so with the help of my little friend right here called the fractal, let's add that here. Add natin yan ha. Okay, so if you're familiar with identifying highs and lows in the market, that's to simply identify an uptrend. Okay, like this one, this is higher than the previous, right? This low is also higher than the previous, higher than the previous. So ibig sabihin, from last month we are seeing this uptrend, but this one right now is testing how strong this trend could go, right? So ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon tayo ng konting testing of levels dito kung tawagin, no? So this is as perfect as an uptrend could be. So ibig sabihin, we want to see this price moving in that direction if you are looking to go long on AUD/USD. Now, if that doesn't happen, I would remain as an spectator, right? For that long-term move, right? So ano ibig sabihin nun? If I am to be involved in this trade, I'll be focusing on short-term trades. Ibig sabihin, that should not go over like 30 to 50 pips. So, somewhere at 20 pipper, pwede na tayong mag-exit. Okay, dun sa mga short-term trades natin. So, tingnan natin dito sa lower time frame now. Okay, tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging bias natin short-term. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Mag-ooperate tayo within this area lang muna. Okay, hindi muna ako maglalagay ng buy tapos mag-expect ako ng mataas na movement kagad di market. No. So, ibig sabihin yung trades ko would operate within this level. Okay, so tingnan natin ha. Short-term market still shows a reasonable move towards the floor level. Okay, tingnan ko lang yung trading plan natin from the last time. Okay, so sandali ah. So ito yung last time, if pending order sa H1. Okay, so ito nawala na yung bias natin dito sa buy. Balitan na lang natin kasi bumaba to last week eh. So ang advice ko na lang dito, only if price breaks. I always keep this one para just in case now I accidentally delete kung ano man yung nalagay ko sa chart ko. Eventually makalimutan ko kung ano yung setup ko. Then I can easily go back to my notes and tell myself, okay. Ito pala yung nakita ko in the past, no? Okay, so let's see. So if the price breaks 0.6721, okay? Ngayon, or kung gusto nyo, naisip ko lang, pwede lagyan to. Yan yung long term nyo. Okay? Just in case lang. Alright? Tingnan nga natin to. Parang wala akong mahanap talaga na reasonable entry for AUD USD right now. Okay. Though, yes, yung short-term trend natin is looking for a possible push downtrend. Pero ganito na lang. Ang gagawin natin dyan, short term, no? Okay, meron pa rin siyang floor level dito na magiging conservative. Okay. By the way, if you're doing the analysis for yourself, you will know it if you're like forcing the trade. Right? Yung parang ginawa mo na tiningnan mo na lang, tiningnan mo na lahat ng time frame tapos wala kang mahanap na entry price. Still relevant to how you look for your entry price. I'm more on price action. So, ibig sabihin, based dun sa rules mo sa trading plan mo, walang nag-fit sa trading plan mo. Tapos, click ka pa rin ng buy or sell, then that's you forcing the trade. So, that's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm going through my checklist and understand what is a setup that qualifies dun sa trading plan ko na magsasell ako, right? Ano yung magka-qualify din na magbabay ako. Now, in this case, I would love to go for that continuation right there, pero I don't see a reasonable entry price not unless or until this becomes a bearish engulfing on the 1 hourly chart, which is still reasonable. So, what I would do is just to set an alert here. Okay? Isa-set tayo ng alert dyan. Tanggalin natin tong expiry. So, tingnan ko lang pag nag-break yan, meaning yung ating 1 hourly chart became a bearish engulfing or potentially can push the price much lower. Okay, so sa ngayon, yung sell ko na bias will wait for the alarm. Okay, wait for the alert. Okay, so that alert is set at what price again? You can always check that here. So, mag-a-alert yan at 66.53. Okay, so somewhere at this level, pag nag-alert yan, tingnan natin if we can consider selling. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin nun, babalik siya ulit below dito sa trend line na ginawa ko. And if that stays below, and the price is likely to move in that direction. Okay? So, yun yung babalikan natin kay AUD USD. Okay, silip naman tayo kay NZD USD. Tingnan natin ano nangyayari dito. So, ayan. Again, same drill Since nakita nyo na yung kanina, what I'm doing on AUD USD, same drill lang naman yan. Okay? So, again, almost identical actually yung mga movement niya dito. Okay? So, tingnan natin dito Alright. So, you also have that zone right here. Pero ang difference this time, okay? Ang difference this time is like the price is above. Okay? So, mag-iiba yung bias natin kay NZD USD in this case. Pero of course, this is a reasonable 100 pipper move. Okay? So, sa akin kasi, magiging zone lang siya pag under 50 pips siya. Ibig sabihin, short term lang talaga yan. Now, this one is 100 pipper move. Okay? So, that gives me more interest dun sa move na yan. Okay? So, I mean, aside from that, I will not draw a rectangle there, but instead a full horizontal line. Okay? So, this one's looking good for a bullish run. Okay, so again, you can by having your fractals here, so you can easily see if the current high is higher than the previous and the low is it higher than the previous. So this one's a little bit different from AUD and USD. So ibig sabihin, for me personally, the view is still bullish on this, not until the price goes much lower, no, which is the 62.34 level. So, titingnan natin yan. This one's very interesting to see. Okay. Bullish. Okay, this one's really good. Okay, sandali I'm getting interested here now on NZD-USD. Okay, tingnan nga natin to. Alright, let's set an alert here para makapag-set tayo ng tamang trade mamaya. Okay, so I want to see that price move higher than the previous bar, which is just 1 pip higher. Okay. So, kung mapapansin nyo, nagsaset lang ako ng alert. I'm not setting any pending orders because I'll be in front of my computer anyway for the rest of the day. So, pag aalis ako, nagsaset na ako ng pending order, right? Pero kung may intention naman ako to stay in front of my computer, I usually just set an alert para makakapamili ako which setup is much better for me to take. All right, kasi in this case I'll be checking the major currency pairs. Now, in some cases kunwari like on one strategy I only focus on GBP USD. So ang ibig sabihin nun, all my trades, right? It's either we go at market right away or I set pending orders already. Okay? So ganun ang nangyayari. Right now, in that case naman, or in this case right now, I would rather set alerts kasi alam ko pwede ko naman siyang balikan. Okay? Alright, so anyway, yun ang first bias natin. Now, if the price goes much lower than 62.34 here, magsasell tayo. So, ibig sabihin, if we are to keep, look at that, wait for a break of the zone, then reassess na. Okay, that's from last week. So, ibig sabihin, dito nakabuy ako or nagaantay ako ng buy waiting for bull engulfing confirmation. Okay. Sell, magsasell lang ako if price creates price action pattern below, below 0.6234, right? So that's the plan. If I see a relevant entry price there, saka lang ako magsasell. Pero ngayon ang bias is still a buy, but still doesn't necessarily mean na yung bias ko i-buy, kiklik na ako agad ng buy. Maghahanap pa ako ng reasonable entry price para sa akin. Ibig sabihin, when I say reasonable price, gusto ko makakita ng level where I can see that the buyers are ready to push the price much higher, or if not ready, showing good if not just signs, but more of a confirmation that I see the buyers now being active more than the sellers. Parang ganun. Okay? I hope that makes sense, but if it did not, send me a comment or maybe send me a private message if you wish, right? You know my Facebook account anyway, if you were able to drop by this video. Okay? So, yeah. Anyway, so that's NZD/USD. Let's go into GBP/USD this time. Okay, so technically the price is really sitting very very close, right? Dyan sa ating 24.20. Edit lang natin to, alam ko. Wait for breakout, iba na to eh. Yan. Konti lang naman yung difference, 24.23 to. 24.23. Sige. Balik natin yung price. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na mas maganda pa rin kung meron kayong nakasulat na para konti lang naman, pero yes, mas maganda pa rin kung ano yung nakita from last week is mag-reflect din sa analysis nyo this week. Okay, so anyway, so that's the resistance now / support kasi galing yan dito from last week. So if you can see that, again, natanggal yung mga fractals dito. I'm adding the fractals here to easily see the highs and the lows. So what we are seeing actually here is still an uptrend, no? We're actually looking at this pullback or retracement dito. If we are to use our Fibonacci from last week, mapapansin nyo. Oh, this one's not properly set pa pala. Okay, so this one's a bounce from the 61.8. Yan. Tapos, pag ang extension naman is yung gusto mong makita dyan ngayon. Okay, so that one right there, sorry. And set na pala to. Hindi lang yung pagkaka-plot ko. Okay, anyway. Ayan, so bouncing from 61.8. Ito yung inaantay natin doon, no? Kung dediretso siya doon. Pero hindi siya tumama. Ito yung bullish run na ina-expect ko from last week. Pero suddenly, though given that the news is not so good for the dollar, the price still dropped here. So, ang nag-trigger nung Friday naman itong drop na to is a very beautiful number for NFP. Okay? So the bias remains bullish long term, no? Pero syempre, sabi nga natin, okay? It can easily change depending on the market's behavior towards this trading week. Okay? So, baka pwedeng seller na tayo before matapos yung linggo kasi understanding the market's movement is this way pa rin naman, but of course for the last 3 months it has been moving in that direction. So kung mapapansin nyo, that's a beautiful reversal there. Okay, price moving up there. So just in case lang, and for at least a reminder of ourselves na pwede pa siyang bumalik dito. Okay, ganito yung kalalim yung pwede niyang puntahan. Okay, just in case na mag-iba yung bias natin for the week. Okay, so let's see. Short term actually may sell ako dun sa kabila. Okay, so tingnan natin kung saan na to papunta ngayon. Okay, though hindi pa siya bumababa talaga dyan sa ating floor level. Okay, floor level. Hindi pa niya nabe-break yung nagiging resistance niya. I mean, Okay, though pinuntahan niya tapos bumabalik din ulit si price. Okay, so tingnan natin, obserbahan natin kung ano ba yung magiging movement nito. So nakasell ako short term dito simply because of the bearish engulfing dito, understanding the short-term downtrend. Okay, so may bearish engulfing tayo dito. We're actually sitting on that entry price. So, pero kung sa inyo, no, parang, uy, 1:1 na yan, exit ka na dapat. Oh, well, that's well and good. Yan, bumalik pa sa entry price. Okay, so, tingnan natin how things would progress from here. And as we are seeing, no, as we are seeing that the market is really testing that level. In fact, akala ko nga magiging bullish engulfing. Oh, sorry. I was interested for a bullish engulfing on H4 earlier, pero that's the entry price is below where I want it to be. Okay, so kung yung bullish engulfing natin nangyari dito sa taas, yung actually yung first bar or yung previous bar kanina, kung yun ang naging bullish engulfing, yun full buy na sana yung bias natin doon kanina. Pero anyway, if we are looking for short-term trades or as aggressive as you want to be, probably like scalping. So, nakatingin tayo sa short-term move, pero wag nyo pong kakalimutan na tingnan yung bigger picture. Yeah. The bigger picture will always give us, of course, yes, a general view of the market. Kaya nga siya bigger picture. And from there, we can make our decisions kahit sa lower time frame, understanding pa rin na, uy, baka biglang mag-reverse to. So, we are looking into levels. Kagaya nito, yeah, though short-term natin bias is sell, we are reminded na, okay, pwedeng hanggang dito lang yung sell niya at mag-reverse yan. So, we can take the money early here instead of like, uy, profit na katapos nag-reverse pa, diba? So, ito yung area na yan. So, hopefully this 1 hour bar becomes a bearish pin bar. That will be a good sign for the price to go bearish. So, this bar have until like 4 o'clock local time, no? So we have like about 34 minutes to see if that bearish pin bar would materialize. If not, then we will look for reasonable entries to be involved. Okay, so ibig sabihin, yan tayo, sell, price stays below, watch out for the support level. So pwede ako maglagay niyan, H1 is potential bear pin bar. Yan yung aabangan ko. And bear pin bar for the day. Now, okay, sabi ko nga kanina, magbabay ako. Okay, if price is seen to create a price action pattern like yung mga na-mention ko kanina, above, of course, the 1.2423 level. Yan yung gusto natin makita. Okay? Though, yes, sabi ko nga, D1 is still an uptrend, testing the 100 level here. As far as the Fib is concerned, no, it could be a different story when it comes to a short-term Fib level na drawing. We are sitting at 61.8 still, crossing to 50% Fib. So, ibig sabihin, this is a reasonable bounce for the market. Ang sa akin lang, di pa tayo nagbabay dyan agad-agad kasi nga meron tayong resistance doon na pwedeng mag-push sa price, right? Much lower. Okay? So, observe tayo dito for additional entry. Okay? So, that's my take on GBPUSD. Let's jump into Euro-US naman. Okay? Let's see. Ayun o, almost to the resistance na siya as the price moved higher. Okay? Tingnan nga natin to. Okay? Ayan o. In this month, muntik-muntik niya nang abutin yung price nung pinaka-peak niya nung December, January. Or yung January actually. January run. Tapos towards February. Okay? So, bullish pa rin naman, yes. Kasi uptrend pa rin naman. Na-delete ko ata itong mga ano. Okay, sandali ha. Oh, no. Iba pala to. Because I'm using the classic account. Alright, anyway. Save na lang natin later. Okay, price dito. So, parang nagiging double top siya. No? For most cases, okay, for most cases, people will say, napakaganda nung ito yung double top na ganito. Okay? Yung perfect yung touch dyan. So, for some people naman, ang gusto nilang double top, okay, yung mas lower yung recent kasi nga, nawawala na ng momentum yung market to push the price or yung mga buyers to push the price much higher. So, that's a better sign of a sell, right? Sa akin naman, it doesn't really matter basta nandun sa akin, basta meron akong price action pattern na nakikita. So ibig sabihin, a resistance is a resistance for me, whatever the scenario is. It can be a little higher, basta yung price action pattern ko below the resistance. Ganun lang naman po, napakasimple lang ng trading plan ko. Doesn't need to be complicated. A trading plan is something that you can easily follow, but if it becomes difficult, so ibig sabihin, the market's moving in a way that you cannot see where it is likely to go next, where you're not trying to predict it, but at least you have a view, so you'll have a clue of what you want to do. Yeah, so that's what my mentor used to say: have a view for you to have a clue of what you want to do. In that case, if we see an uptrend, we can easily say that we want to buy. If we see a downtrend, we can easily say that we want to sell. No, so but then again, you want to ask yourself, if it's a buy, where should I buy? If it's a sell, where, at what level, at what price? Okay, so anyway, in this case, it's very, very close to the resistance. So this is the level where I want to start selling. Okay, it was very close there last week, pero it really did not touch that level, and I don't see any reasonable pattern here where I can buy, okay, right now. So bias, tingnan natin, H4, the last low, still valid for an uptrend. That's a good bullish pin bar there. Oh, sorry, a bullish engulfing there move. Okay, that's quite interesting for a short-term buy on Euro USD. Okay, tingnan natin sa lower time frame. Ito for almost the whole day. Ito na yung inano niya, tinest niya na lang tong level na to. Alright. Quite interestingly, it did not go very, very high, no? From where it was last week. So, short term ang nakikita natin ngayon if you are seeing this. So, the market failed to go much higher than where it was. Okay, though we are still seeing a possibility of this push this afternoon. Okay, now I would love to see where it can lead us for the rest of the trading day. Okay, so yun ang gusto nating makita this time. What can the market do for us? Yeah, will it be a push pataas or a pababa push? Okay, so tingnan natin Okay. If I'm on the lower time frame, ang gusto ko kasi makita ngayon is if the price is still likely to push in this direction. Wait lang ha. Did I change the parameters or levels already? No, I did not. Okay. So I need to draw it this way. Okay, so we are sitting at 61.8. Wait lang. This is a beautiful accident on plotting it. Okay. That's a good thing too. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. And that's one way to do it. So we are sitting here. And the price is likely to bounce off. Ang ganda nito sa 61.8. Yeah, this is a beautiful setup right here. Okay. So my bias here will be a buy pa rin. You know, waiting for a bounce. Palitan lang natin dito. Buy. Okay. Price action pattern bounce from 61.8. Okay. Fib. All right. So that's a beautiful entry price there. I would like to see how far I would set my stop loss just in case I'm wrong. So it is usually from that last swing low. Okay, so just in case I'm wrong, ito yung part na where I could say, okay, wait, I need to reassess my position. It's not moving in my favor. Okay, kasi again, however good you think you are when it comes to trading, the market can move the opposite okay, and not move in your favor. So you need to be ready to like act on that trade na hindi na nagmo-move sa favor mo. So I'm trying to look for that level, and that level will be somewhere here. So that's where I'm setting my alert at. Okay, so that's the level where I want to see a reassessment, or where I need to do a reassessment of my original possession. Okay, so yun yung part na yan. Okay, so that's a good level right there. Let me just write it down. 0.873, which is about 30 pipper, I believe. Tama ba? Ayun, mga 30 pips. Okay. So, SL last fractal low or swing low, H4. Okay. So, that's the level that sorry, H4 yun, fractal wrong. Okay, good. So, that's the bias. Now, if it goes much lower, saka lang ako magko-consider ng possible short-term sell. Okay, ibig lang sabihin nun, possible na hindi niya na talaga i-test itong level na to, at ito na yung downtrend na possibly na mag-materialize dyan. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi ko na okay, ito yung ibang klaseng double top na hindi talaga siya like tumama dyan, pero eventually nagano na siya. Okay, so technically ito kung titingnan nyo sa bigger picture yan, double top, pero si GBPSD nag-triple top yan. Okay, so tingnan na natin, or potential triple top, sorry, kasi umakyat pa siya mas higher. Alright, pero anyway, so that's our bias on Euro USD. Okay, so pag bumaba siya dito sa 50 pip level, or sorry, 50% fib, yun na yung sakto natin. So it could possibly still, not saying that it is a total downtrend already. Okay, pero dito pa yan. Okay, ang naibahan lang ako sa drawing ko kasi usually ito yung 50, ito yung 38, ito yung 50, ito yung 61.8. So dinrawing lang natin siya ng mas babaliktad. So kaya hindi pa ako ganun ka-interested. Sorry. Na-realize ko yun. Dito. So this is 38.2. Okay. Kasi pababa siya. Yung plot. Kasi ideally, ang plot nito, bigyan ko kayo ng quick Ideally, you plot your fib from here, yung low then sa high. So naka-opposite kasi siya. So gusto ko makita kanina hanggang saan yung 61.8. Anyway, dahil hindi yan yung nakaset up dito sa chart na to, edit ko na lang siya mamaya. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. So pag pinlat ko siya ng ganun, ayan, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, 38.2 pa siya. So ideally, gusto ko siya makita sa 61.8. Right? So, yan, 50 at 61.8. So, tingnan natin ngayon, kung bababa pa siya dyan, magiging iba yung bias natin. Right? Kaya naka-alert mo na siya. Pero just in case, yan din yung magiging level ng stop loss ko, in case I'm wrong. Okay? Kasi nga, syempre, magre-reverse na siya possibly kung ma-break niya pa yung level na yun. Alright, anyway, moving on to USD CAD. Ayan, USD CAD naman tayo. Is this the daily? Yes, the daily. Okay. Ayan. So, as usual, nakita nyo kanina sa drill natin, always identify the bigger pictures, highs and lows, so you can identify yung general trend ni market. So, obviously, dollar CAD has been going sideways here, not really showing us clear direction kung saan talaga siya papunta, the bigger picture. But of course, it doesn't mean na we cannot trade this. Pwede pa rin naman tayong mag-buy towards the resistance, sell from the resistance towards the ceiling, and vice versa. So, ibig sabihin, yan yung nakikita nating movement ni market. Ito, naalala ko tong sideways na to. Tagal ko na rin hindi binalikan si USD CAD. Pero anyway, is this sideways move here becoming relevant to what we're seeing to the market? Quite, yes. Nagiging relevant siya. Ibig sabihin ka na quite relevant. Pansinin niyo to, hindi siya basta-basta nag-break. Ibig sabihin, nagiging strong resistance to dito or thicker resistance. So, possible push niya doon sa downward side. Okay. Tingnan nga natin. Okay. So itong consolidation dito, that is roughly about, yeah, laki, 170 pips. Okay. So it's becoming a resistance. Ibig sabihin, it is likely to push in this direction. Okay. What are we seeing on the lower time frame? You know, nag-move na siya, lower na siya ng mga 10 pips. Okay, which is good. Interesting na lang. Interested tuloy ako tingnan yung bullish engulfing dito sa H4 na to. Hindi pa rin masyadong gumagalaw si Euro US. Anyway, yan, price have moved in this direction already. So by the looks of this, generally, ang magiging bias ko is a sell, at least for the week, no? Not unless not unless na ma-change yung movement ni market, like price goes above this level. So magiging bullish yung bias natin, or magiging buyers tayo for the rest of the week. So given that this is the situation today, the general bias for USD CAD is a sell. Okay? So tingnan natin to. A breakout from the previous bar is good, pero too wide for me for a short-term trade kung dito yung stop loss natin. Okay? The short-term trade is already good. Ayun, no? Technically, if you focus on that mid bar lang, that's already a 1:1 take profit plus minus the spread. Okay? Medyo hindi pa siya na nagmamaterialize that way. Pero anyway. H1 is showing a beautiful move towards the support level. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Mapapansin nyo yung mga fractals natin getting higher. Now recently, this is no longer higher than the previous, like what we said, checking the bigger picture, okay, that the price is likely to move lower. Now, for some, they are using EMAs to filter that move and use the EMAs as their dynamic support and resistance. So in this case, on a lower time frame, I could go for 8 or maybe 9. Let's have 8, like a week and a half of information. Okay. Let's have simple EMA muna. Simple EMA, simple moving average. Simple na EMA pa. E means exponential, so that's a different type. So that's what I'm trying to say. So let's focus this number on these time frames lang. Okay. And yeah, we can keep orange there. So ibig sabihin, look at that. Price have gone lower. All right. Okay, now EMAs are best used in pairs, right? So you have 21 for 21 days for the month. Okay, same visualization, because it will be a different EMA settings that you'll have on a much lower time frame. Okay, so yun, nag-cross na ba siya? Yes, nag-cross na siya. So ibig sabihin yun, nakikita na natin si lower time frame nagmo-move in the same direction as the higher time frame is. Okay, so yun yung gusto natin makita, right? But sa H4 hindi pa masyado, but I think it is quite close when you go for exponential moving average. Okay, so what we're using is just simple averaging here, right? While your D1 is still pointing that direction. Okay, that's good. So likely to happen is a pullback to the EMA, then sell, right? At the same time, for people who loves chart patterns, okay, what you're seeing here now is like an inverse head and shoulder pattern, right? So, pwedeng ganun, right? So, sa akin gusto ko ng little pullback to test that shoulder, okay? Or to test the EMA or to test the moving average. Okay, so from there, it will be a much easier decision for a sell for me, okay? That, because it shows to agree with all the things that I want to see from the chart before getting in, right? So, I would set an alert somewhere here. Ibig sabihin, yan, again, tatanggalin ko yung expiry kasi it can happen anytime now, much later time. So you don't want to delete that. Okay, so ibig sabihin, diyan ko siya gusto makita. I want to see if the price can really test this level right here to push the downtrend. Okay, bakit ayaw ko na mag-sell muna ngayon? Look at this. Bumaba na siya. I could be a little late. I want to see a pullback so I could have much bigger room for selling later on. And at the same time, I will be in the level where I could see that the price can be backed up by my technical analysis, meaning by the looks of it, it can really go down. No? Kasi galing siya sa resistance. Yeah, in that matter. Dito kasi late na. Ganda nitong sell na to. Late na tayo. Ayun na natin habulin yan. Parang hanap tayo ng example, no? Hanap tayo ng magandang example ng nag-pullback. Same with the same currency, ha. Ayan, parang ganito. Bumaba na siya, tapos bumalik muna siya dito. So, you don't want to be caught up with your sell here that is too early. Tapos, sa akit muna, magmamanage ka na dito, magfo-float ka or may hirapan ka mag-manage dyan. In most cases, pag meron ka ng, let's say, may sell ka dito too early, no? Ayaw mo nang magdagdag dito ng panibagong sell kasi exposed ka na. Okay, so, lalo na yung mga conservative trader taking one trade a day lang. So ibig sabihin, like, mabe-break mo na yung trading plan mo dito or yung risk management plan mo kasi nagdagdag ka pa ng panibagong trade. Okay, so yung exposure mo maapektuhan na. Okay, so as conservative as we want to be, we want to apply that as well. Kasi bakit? If you're not limiting yourself to taking like several trades, okay, talaga yung ano hindi, wala, unlimited talaga. So mawawala yung risk management eh. Okay, so that's applicable for scalping, which my other account is for scalping. Yun dun, walang limit dun. Pero on this account, which has a much bigger account, kumbaga, this is very conservative. Right? Hindi ako masyadong nagte-take ng maraming trades dito. Kasi bakit? Alright, a quick example. Let's say you have a $100 account here, right? Just to give you view of this perspective versus a $10,000 account. Okay. Ang eto, this is really good for me there on scalping. I mean, either account is good for scalping, by the way. Ang reason ko lang dito for allowing myself to taking several trades, kasi bakit? Yung sabihin nating 2% mo, no? For example, meron kang 2% rule. Yung 2% mo dito is just equivalent to $2. Okay, $2 lang yan. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang target mo is to make $10 per day, kailangan mo ng maraming trades. Okay? So, kailangan mo ng like at least 5 trades to reach your daily target. Okay? So, kung lilimitahan mo yung sarili mo ng 1 trade lang, talo ka. Ibig sabihin, not necessarily talo, sorry. Hindi mo mahihit yung target mo. Right? Ngayon, pag sinabi mo, ay gusto ko $10 na kagad yung target ko, mag-risk na ako ng 10% para mas mabilis. Yun lang ang challenge. Overexpose ka naman with 1 trade. What if you're wrong? $10 kagad yung loss mo. Okay? So, eto yun. So, maliit lang yung risk mo dyan kasi or ito lang yung amount. Now, in this case, what if you're trading a 10K account? 10K account. Okay? So, the thing there is, magkano lang ba yung $10 mo sa 10K? Right? In fact, yung 2% mo dito is 200 na. Okay, so that's the big difference. So ibig sabihin dito, hindi ko kailangan damihan yung trade ko. Isang trade lang. Okay, isang trade lang, may 200 ka na dito. Kailangan mong damihan para dun sa target na yun. So if that makes sense, let me know in the comment section. If it doesn't, let me know too. So possibly I can invite you to a session where I talk about risk management and more about risk management and portfolio management. That's what I mean. Okay? So, ganun, mas conservative to. If you have a bigger account, mas conservative ka kasi konting move lang ni market or maliit lang na target sa'yo by percentage, monetary value nun malaki. Right? Pero kung mas maliit yung account mo, yung monetary value ng percentage na yun na sineset mo is mas maliit. So, ibig sabihin mas kailangan mo ng mas maraming trades. Okay? So, yun. Para sa akin, hindi ko kailangan habulin tong buy na to kasi may iba magsasabi, kung yun pala expectation mo, mag-buy ka na ngayon hanggang doon. Hindi ko na kailangan habulin yun kasi nga, kailangan ko lang dito 1 or 2 trades and done for the target. Okay? So, ganun yun. I hope that did make sense or yeah, if you learn a thing or two there, let me know as well. Okay? So, anyway, that's the bias for USD CAD. Let's move on the dollar yen. Okay. Dollar yen, dollar yen, dollar yen. Okay, that's the lowest that we have seen the dollar yen go. At least for the last 3 months. Okay, fairly new pa naman tayo sa April, no? So, tinitingnan ko pa pakasama pa yan. Okay. So, just like USD CAD, nakikita natin yung push downside or downwards. Pero this one's a little bit different. Okay, kasi the last low is no longer lower than the previous. So, again, wala na naman si Fractal dito. Add muna natin ulit. Okay. Alright, anyway. Muna na. Almost the same siya, no? Pero mas maganda lang yung bearish push dito. Mas clear lang siya. So, a very difficult case right now for dollar yen. Okay, kasi bakit? Though, kagaya ng USD CAD, like parang nasa gitna siya nitong sideways natin, no? Ang hirap niyang hanapan ng level where I can be interested on either buying or selling. Okay, so in this scenario, I'm on no man's land, I would say, that it's difficult for me to say that my bias is bullish or bearish, buy or sell. Dito pa rin ako sa scenario na where I want to monitor this and find a better setup. So I think I'm gonna keep that, right, for the rest of the week or until I find a better setup nga. Okay? Pero anyway, let's go and check USD CHF for now. Again, we don't want to be spending more time on a currency where it's so difficult to find our entry price there. Okay. Anyway, yan. USD CHF, nandito na tayo. Price is still remaining below. Ito yung 90.82, tama ba? 80. Yan, 80 lang, oh. Pwede naman natin yan, oh. Dagdagan mo lang ng 2 dyan. Okay, 90.82. Okay, konti-konti lang. So, price remains to be below this floor level right here. So, it is becoming quite a strong resistance now. At least on the daily chart, the price is staying there. The previous bar is a pin bar, a bearish pin bar. Then, it could be a signal for us to go for a sell this time. Okay, tignan ko lang yung kabilang chart ko for USD CHF, ha. Kung nasaan tayo banda when we put that. Nandito kasi sa kabila ito. At kung mapapansin nyo, if you have a Light Finance account and you're using Classic 2, which definitely we benefit from a low spread, no, with no commission, which is napakaganda. Pero manonotice nyo, okay, medyo limited yung data niya dito kasi this server is fairly new, right? So, ito lang, September lang yan na launch. So, September data pa lang yung nandyan sa kanya. So, I always have my secondary account din dito where this is my scalping account where I used to go and zoom out further because this is the ECN account. Ito mas marami kang information na makikita dito. Can even go back as far as like 2016 on the daily chart. Okay? So, ang gusto kong makita kasi yung data before this floor level, which I don't have dun sa Classic 2 account, right? But anyway, this is interesting to say that we are sitting on a 2021 floor level. Would this be the lowest the price can go? Kasi I am very interested to go for a short there, pero wala akong nakikitang level na saan ako pwede maghanap ng ano. Okay, good. So that's a 2021 level that can possibly go as low as this one. Okay. So, kukunin ko itong mga price level na to. Okay. Wait lang, ha. Possible floor. Wait. Type natin yan. $0.9037, 0.8936, 0.8773. Okay. So, kinuha ko lang yan kasi gusto ko siyang i-plot mismo kung saan ako magte-trade. Okay. Which is dito sa account na to. Okay. So, anyway. So, pag yun nag-breakout, right, pero kung kaya naman, kung na-view nyo yung mga numbers na yan sa chart nyo, you don't necessarily need to have like multiple MT4s or MT5. MT5 din yung gamitin nyo. Pwede rin naman. Yan. Okay, good. So, the other one. And tingnan natin. Okay, good. May isa pa para isang ano na lang para pag sinave ko mamaya. Okay, sorry. Ayan. Minsan kasi yung pagiging OCS useful. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, if I am to sell, I need to watch out for this level. Now, for the guys who are still holding that long position, this can be a little challenging here kasi yung pin bar natin dito hindi na trigger nung agad-agad eh. So, this could consolidate here before bouncing there. Okay, so if you're looking for a long position, I would strongly suggest for you to do it here. Pero kung sell dito sa baba. So, yun ang gagawin ko rin. I'm very much interested on a sell there, pero possible floor level dito. Yun yung unang buy eh. Yun, bounce dun. Oops, sorry. 80... 0.9082. Okay. And tanggalin ko lang para hindi ko na mapipindot. Okay. So, if price goes lower than this one, saka lang ako magsisell yan. Okay. Palitan ko yung bias na yan. Ito. Sell. Wait for price action pattern below this level. Okay, so yan ang hanapin ko. So may consolidation tayong nakikita dito which is already going on since last week. So hopefully we can see that breakout of this consolidation, and from there we can make a decision whether we are to go for a long or a short position on what do you call this? On USD CHF. For now, yan ang babantayan ko. right? And of course, sobra na tayo sa oras natin. But anyway, still have one more. Very quickly na lang to. All right, one more, which is gold. Yan. Okay. Gold. XAU USD is actually close to hitting a 22 level, a 2022 level, I mean. Okay, delete ko to. Okay, which is nandun. Okay, that is the highest price that the market reached, right? February last year. Okay, March, February, March, ganun. Okay, so very, very close na siya dyan sa resistance na yan. So, ibig sabihin, as far as we know resistance, the price is likely to go and move the opposite direction. Now, there are several things there that could possibly push a breakout. It's a beautiful uptrend on the daily, kung mapapansin nyo dito. And what we're seeing actually from here can possibly be just a pullback or a retest neto. Okay? But then again, this is a big move right here for a sell pa rin, which is roughly about 800 pipper. Okay, so ang ibig sabihin lang is long term, possible yan mag-move pa higher. Pero kailangan natin makita yung breakout from this level. Yun lang naman yun eh. Okay, kasi minsan yung iba, hindi, buy forever na, to the moon na yan. Well, yeah. Not necessarily to the moon, but only up to like 2051.76. Okay? Hanggang dyan muna. Though malaki yan, no? Nasa 400 plus pips pa yan. Okay? So, yan yung long term natin. Then, yes, if you're looking to go long on gold, plus just watch out for that level. That's like my ultimate level for a long-term position on gold now. For now, ang pinaka-obvious is to wait for the price to really, because it's actually testing this level eh. Okay, kung mapapansin nyo, it's actually testing this level now. Okay, yan. Ito, nag-consolidate kasi siya dito. Dito ko siya unang in-anticipate na gumanon eh. Right? Pero nag-consolidate siya dito umakyat. So, ito muna. Okay, so tingnan natin. If the price stays above, meron tayong magandang buy dyan. If the price goes much lower than this one, if you want, we can set the actual number so you can have that. The number is 1994.84. Okay, so that's the number that I'm actually waiting for to see. Okay, so sell if price, yeah, wait for a sell there, price below 1994.84. Okay, so tingnan natin yan ha. Okay, saan ba talaga papunta si gold? Okay, pero well, fundamentally, if the dollar is strong, price of gold is likely to weaken, right? But given that the dollar's movement so far now across the board as we have seen it is likely to move lower for the week, at least no for the week, but things can again be different as we progress and see the numbers being released. Sabi ko nga, we have CPI, we have you have FOMC meeting minutes as well to be coming this week, right? And of course there's still unemployment claims and core PPI numbers coming towards the end of the week, no? So you have producer price index or the PPI number coming out. Then of course you have retail sales towards the end of the week. Okay, so things can be different based on our technical analysis here. Kaya mas maganda pa rin talaga if you can sit down and before deciding trading on the news alone, look at your technical, right? If the price is moving the same direction as your bias based on your understanding on your fundamental analysis. Okay, so in this case, it's a beautiful setup to see gold move in that direction while the dollar is showing weakness. Okay, but of course it would be a different one if the price of gold moves lower, and that could be a good sign for dollar strengthening back again. Okay, so yeah, we have extended the session more than what we intend, right, for live market reviews. But of course, it's Monday. We usually go for an hour on this ones. Okay, so so far, ito muna yung ating trading plan for the week, at least for these currency pairs. For the guys who are in my inner circle group or yung group chat, no, I'll be sending this over to you guys. But for the guys who are doing this for the very first time, yeah, let me know of your questions and clarifications. All right. And if there are things that you did not understand or things that are not clear to you, please let me know as well. And as always, you can visit the TGIFX Premier, what do you call this? TGIFX Premier Facebook page, right? For schedule updates. And of course, in some cases, I post my chart there as well, screenshots and everything. Okay. And some reminders. Okay. And of course, sabi ko nga, you won't be here if we are not either friends on Facebook or related to any trading group, right? So you probably know my Facebook account, so you can also send a direct message to me if you have some questions or clarifications, right? So anyway, that's it for now on a Monday. And once again, thank you so much for making time today. And if you're watching the recorded version of this on YouTube, right, please again go back to your chart and understand what's going on before you even like go, oh, sabi niya, magbabay na ako, right? So, tingnan nyo muna kung relevant pa yung analysis when you're looking at this one. And yeah, from me to you, you have a wonderful week ahead. You stay safe, you stay healthy. And as always, may the pips be with every one of us. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for the midweek live market review. And bye for now. Cheers.